All systems go. The government is extremely serious about these classrooms, so the global picture of having 5,400 of them ready by the end of March is going to be realized ahead of time. There's a little bit of concern about Mageta Island in this region of Nyanza, where the water transport is going to be a little bit more expensive. We are a listening government where there's an extraneous factor, because we quantified each classroom as 788,000 shillings, and most of them are being done at such level. But if there's a good reason, where, for example, there's an extraneous factor of water transport, we will quantify and bring it to Jogo House, and that cost will be taken over by the government. In terms of the second part of these classrooms, we are assuming that by the time the exams start in March, we shall have completed the first phase. The same contractors will be carried over to the second phase so that we save time. That second phase should start toward the end of April when we have marked the exams, and so for another 3 months. By the time my most humble self and His Excellency the President are leaving, the classrooms will be there for the following year. In terms of preparation for exams, I hear people criticizing what we are saying, but what we are saying is that it is our duty as public servants for our children to ensure that there is a smooth transition and that transition does not affect the education of our children. Before we leave office, if you want to put it in that context, assuming that the first president goes on about September there, we shall have left everything in place. There will be classrooms, there will be desks, there will be books in schools. In terms of moving forward towards the banning of schools, you can say now that the situation has stabilized. There are still a few tensions here and there, but I think the message is getting there, that if you are unruly, we shall let you go back to your parents to be unruly there. It's as simple as that. And we are asking that if students who don't want to be in school ask politely, the principals are directed to allow them to go, where they can come back when they are ready. This is a term that is for exams. It's a very short term indeed. By the grace of God, we have done 2 weeks out of the 9 weeks, so 7 weeks to go. And every minute is counting. The good news is that almost all schools have completed the syllabuses, both in primary and secondary schools. Our teachers are fantastic in terms of organizing. So most of them are basically just doing the revisions for the exams. And like I've said many times, those exams are just going to be like normal. The fact that the terms were very short have been factored into them and therefore should not be an issue. Do not worry about it. If you believe in God like you are saying, then you have to believe in God 100%. I believe in God, that's why there are as big as the schools. So I just talk to the proposal.
And you could imagine what tunashindia in our meetings and complaints.
And now we are going for election.
I'm not telling you what the exam is, I'm just telling you how to revise.
So this is one of the schools that have not given us any challenge in terms of indiscipline.
One sent many years ago to take to school. As too much booking and not thinking. Think. If you just read, you will not remember the dream. You discuss plans. What is it adding to the atmosphere? All this business of climate change. How do trees solve it? When you discuss things like that, they stay permanent. So that you will understand that when you're in the forest, you have more oxygen. Don't cram, just understand how the oxygen gets to the air from the tree.